And just like that, Miss Universe Philippines 2023 Michelle Dee is back home after making Filipinos proud at the global pageant, where she clinched a spot at the coveted top 10. Well, today, D Universe, you like that? D Universe has granted us the presence of none other than the Queen herself, Madame.
Wow, thank you so much,
Royalty.
The Queen herself. Cue fireworks and fanfare. Congratulations and welcome home.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure.
You have done us proud.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, I must say, like, even if you did not bring home, you know, that much coveted crown, you have definitely captured and won the hearts of so many people. I mean, your fan base probably increased by 100. How does that make you feel?
It is such a blessing. Of course, my goal was really just to make sure that I did my best and I brought all of the Philippines along with the ride, because it's not just my journey. It's a journey of a whole country.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they all saw the hard work and dedication, not just from me, but the whole team behind me, it's overwhelming. I mean, just the way they received me in the airport, I didn't expect it, but I mean, nakakaiyak talaga. It really
yung
brought
mga
me to
Filipino
tears.
crowds, medyo judgy sila sa mga candidates, ha? I have to say, but with you, walang ka-judge. I mean,
Thank you.
they are your army. They're gonna fight for you, so no matter what.
It's so nakakakilig. Like, I feel so touched all the time, because at the end of the day, I always try to spread love, kindness. That's the example that I try to set forth. But if they see somebody kind of like disrespecting me, they're on full force, right?
I think more than the crown, more than anything like that, it's the way that you have been such a great ambassador for the country, and the way you've conducted yourself. It's really so admirable.
I mean, I am so hands-on. I was so hands-on with my whole journey since winning. Every micro detail, I really focused on it. I gave everything just the same amount of importance, and I think that resonated with everyone. They all saw it. I really wanted like a deeper meaning in everything that I do, even down to my wardrobe.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
That gown is now iconic.
Thank you.
Wang Od inspired gown.
Yes.
Can you take us through the process of how it was conceptualized, how they made it, how it all came together?
And how did you put it
Whose
on?
idea? Yeah.
Well, it was no question that I was going to work with Mark Baumgartner again. We had such an amazing partnership for Miss Universe Philippines. They really know my personality, what works for me, what doesn't. When we started planning Miss Universe, we actually had they presented like maybe 7, 8 sketches, none of which had the Wang Od and the green gown yet. Then, I don't know, around September, that's when they showed me these sketches and they said, we have something else to present you. Can you come to the atelier? And that's when they took me through this step-by-step picture presentation about Wang Od. And then it was right then and there, that's the concept, that's the gown.
Yeah.
I traveled with no backup gowns. I just traveled with 2 perfect gowns, because we really believe in quality over quantity.
Right.
And they just poured all of their efforts, all of their creativity into those 2 gowns.
Paid off.
And I mean, essentially what we wanted is for them to take inspiration from 2 iconic Filipinos. One of which was my mom, the next was Apo Wang Od, who's an amazing symbol of cultural preservation. And I'm just glad I was able to make the top 10 to actually walk on stage with the gown. Like, before they even called the Philippines for top 10, in my head I was like, how do I release this gown if we don't
You know, those were 2 very phenomenal gowns.
Thank you.
know, since we're talking about wardrobe, let's go deeper into that, because you know, you won national costume.
Yes,
you won the national
quite
costume
recently,
competition and bagged a lot of awards. Can you
Thank you.
tell us about the process of that? Like, why did you decide to become a plane? It looked pretty heavy. How heavy was it as well?
Well, the wing backpack was actually 40 pounds, which I had to somehow semi-assemble when I got to El Salvador, because you're not allowed to check in batteries, and it was battery operated.
It was. Oh yeah.
Because they're lights, and you know, the Love the Philippines slogan was also backlit. It wasn't obvious on stage because the lights were so strong, but yes, I did have to like become a mechanic and then try and figure it out. I was low-key panicking because the first battery wasn't working, so the backup battery worked. But Michael Barassi was there every step of the way, just trying to guide me through everything. But the concept was actually from me. And then I was running it through my pasarela coach, Ian Mendahar, and we were like, you know, this hasn't been done before. I love the concept of promoting tourism. the new attack, a very modern attack, because we're used to seeing promotion of like folklore or things that we've seen in the past. And I really always, my goal is really just to show something different, a new perspective on the Philippines, and what more than the tourism.
And since we're talking about
Yes.
that, Michelle, no, tourism, congratulations, by the way. No, nung una ko nakita, I'm actually looking at pictures, going back to it. And of course, there are a lot of reactions on social media. But when I saw it, to be honest, my unbiased, sabi ko, astig ha? Sabi ko, for you to have that guts and courage to, how hands-on were you on that? And what was the thinking process behind the concept of it?
Well, again, I did have the concept, but I needed to find the right team to execute it.
Correct.
So the design, the silhouette, that all came from Michael Barassi. All I said was, I want to be a plane. The wings is the airplane wings. That's as far as my instructions went. And then I did mention that, you know, a solihia pattern would be very appreciated. And I just finished my Air Force Reservist training as well.
Wow.
So the design transition from a somewhat flight attendant to a captain instead.
So everything had intention. It wasn't just you make me a costume. It had something to do with
it had to
yourself.
have a deeper
No,
story.
more than a costume, it was a message, really.
Yes.
I mean, so listen, from something as I don't know, bright and festive and theatrical as that costume. Let's talk a little bit more about some of your serious advocacies.
Yes.
You're a longtime advocate of autism awareness, and now you're on this fantastic platform where you can really get this message across. What's the next step as far as this advocacy of yours?
Well, you know, if Miss Universe didn't make that recent shift into focusing and giving highlights to advocacies, I don't think I would personally have the energy to go through another competition and to humble myself down into another candidate. Of course, this is a lifelong mission for me, a lifelong advocacy because of my two siblings on the autism spectrum. When I found out about the Voice for Change challenge, which was new this year, I put in so much effort, from the script writing to ensuring that we had the best chance to have that recognition on the global stage, to be able to win that, to be able to donate all of the proceeds to my advocacy. It's an amazing thing because the campaign that I presented is very sustainable.
Yeah.
It affects hundreds, if not thousands, of individuals on the spectrum, and that was really my main goal. So to win that, I mean, me along with two other amazing candidates, I'm at a loss.
I mean, you know, because of all the love that you've dished out there, the love keeps coming back, pouring back to you. So much so, I mean, you know, okay, eto na naman tayo sa mga fan base mo na medyo lumalaki na, di ba? So you seem to have established a wonderful connection and friendship with Miss Thailand.
Yes.
Oh yeah, tinanong mo lang, Thailand lang, nag-smile na bigla. How was that like? I mean, who approached who? I mean, because I know, like even like with Jamie being in pageants like that, it's not easy. Maybe not everybody is as friendly as maybe.
I mean, to be fair, everybody at Miss Universe was very nice.
Okay.
Of course, you don't really have the chance to talk to every single one of them because we were, I believe, 85 at the moment. There were a few candidates that didn't make it, but
What made her stand out? That made you guys
well,
click?
actually, because it's no secret that Thailand and the Philippines are both pageant powerhouse countries. And our supporters are actually one of the most vocal around the world. So when they started noticing now we weren't communicating or talking in a social setting, they started pinning us against each other. So the fans started fighting.
Okay.
And that's why we took off our first photo together during rehearsals. We wanted to showcase that, you know, we're okay. The Philippines, Thailands, we're in good terms. Nothing to worry about. Let's spread love, kindness. I mean, we didn't expect us to be linked together. I mean, the intention was not there. But, you know, Antonia and I have been able to create such a wonderful relationship. We were each other's support system. She has an amazing personality. And I mean, I really can't wait to see her again.
Fantastic.
And the future collabs also with her.
Yes! I'm not at liberty to say.
No, not yet.
Very
Okay.
exciting.
We're getting way ahead of ourselves here.
But But
Very
there are
cool, very
things
cool.
that we are going
Working
to
on.
Galing. And do announce it here on New Day. Ha? Ang Silang Philippines
You have
next
to
time.
come back.
Oh, you have to
Babalik
finish the
ka.
question here.
Oo.
All right, Michelle, this is definitely not the end. You know, as we like to say, the pun is what is the next step? There's so many D puns out there.
I know.
But where do we?
It's
I
really-
know. Where do we go? D patapos. This is only D beginning. Where do we go?
I am very excited because even if I didn't come home with a crown, I feel like I came back with so much opportunities, with so much
yeah.
love for me to be able to maximize. Before joining the pageant, I have established a lot of facets about myself. I'm very passionate, very multifaceted. So from my entrepreneurial ventures, that's all going to be pushed. My advocacy efforts. I am starting a new show with my home network also. So we're all just very excited to just, you know, bring everybody along with my journey. Of course, I was one of the most bashed Miss Universe Philippines after winning. And to be able to convert everyone through
change
hard
that,
work,
yeah.
blood, sweat, and tears. That's an amazing victory for me. To be able to win all of your hearts through representing all of you with the best of my abilities, I really can't say thank you enough.
And maraming salamat for dropping by today. And alam mo, Michelle, props to you also, kudos to you, the way you handled everything that you had to go through to where you are right now.
Thank you.
Ibang klase yun.
I mean, thank you. Everything happens for a reason. It's either a lesson or a blessing. I have to give credit to my parents for raising me the way that they did. So maraming salamat.
Again, maraming salamat.
Congratulations.
One and only, Miss Michelle Marquez Dee on New Day.